Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve another question of Leetcode, which is question number 1193, monthly transactions 1. Now, as you can see, it's a medium range question and we will solve it using MySQL. So let's go through the question first. Here we can see that we are provided with a table named transactions, which has got 5 columns: ID, country, state, amount, and transstate. ID is the primary key of this table, and they have also told us that it has got information about incoming transactions. And one of the columns, the state column, is an enum of type approved or declined. Okay, great. So they have told us to write an SQL query to find for each month and country the number of transactions and their total amount, the number of approved transactions and their total amount. And they have told us to return the result table in any order, which means there is no specific order requirement. Here is the result format. This is the input table and the output. Okay, let's extend this a little bit. Okay, so they have they're asking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns in the output table. Okay, great. Then let's get started with writing the code. Just return this to the original position. Great. Okay. First things first, before anything, we will write select first. Now, in this question, there are 6 columns they're asking for, and some of them need some formulas as well. So let's write the column names first. So the first column name in the output table is month. We will be going to the next line. Okay, then country. Trans count, then approved count, trans total amount, approved total amount. Okay, great. So these are the column names they're asking for. Now let's get started with the formulas. Now, if we see the months column, they have changed the date-time format. In the translate, they've got the date in the form of year, month, and day. But in the output column, in the output table in the month column, they have expressed it using the year and month format only. So here we will be converting translate into the format of month. To do that, we will be using the date format function. So here we go, date format. Okay, great. So we will be converting the values of the column transstate. So transstate. Now we'll have to write down the format we are going for. Now, in the date format function, the notation that is required to express the year is %Y. There has to be a hyphen after it, and then for converting the month, the notation is %m. Okay, that's all then. Okay, so this is the formula for month. Now country does not need any formula, so we will move on to transcount. So what is transcount? Let's see. Transcount is the number of transactions and the total amount, the number of approved transactions. Okay, so transactions is basically the number of transactions. Okay, so in order to find the number of transactions, we will be using this state column, and we'll be using the count state. Great. So now we don't, in this case, we don't have to take the value of the state into account. We'll just count the total number of rows in the state column. Next, approved count. Now in this case, we'll have to take the value of the state into account, whether it's approved or declined. Now here, approved count is basically counting the number of approved transactions. So we'll be going for count, and since we also have to filter out the approved conditions from the decline, so in order to do that, we will be using the case format. Okay, so case when state is equals to approved, then it will be counted. That means then 1, else if it's not approved, then null, and at the end. Okay, so this is what it is, and then finally as. Okay, so approved count is done as well. Next we'll have to find out total amount, transaction, total amount of money that is in the transaction. That means this whole amount. So in order to find that out, we'll be using the sum function. So sum amount as trans total amount. Great. And then the last but not the least, we've got approved total amount. So in order to calculate that, the formula will be, in this case, we will be using subqueries. Subqueries in here, select sum. Now we'll be using if condition, since we have to find out the sum of the amounts of the transactions that were approved. So in order to filter that out, we'll be using if state equals to approved. Then amount. If it's not approved, then 0. Alright, so this is done as approved total amount. Great, amazing. Okay, so basically we are done with all the things now. From what table are we doing all this? So the name of the table is transactions, from transactions, and in this case we have to group them by two parameters. So group by month, country, and month. Yep. Country and month. Okay. Yeah. Done. Okay, now let's try to run this code. Runtime error. Where did I go wrong? Let's see. Hmm. You have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual. Right syntax to use for. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I had to use quotes. I think now it will be fine. Let's try running it. Okay, accepted. Nice, great. I'll submit it to see whether it covers all the test cases or not. Amazing. Okay, so yeah, there you go. We have solved this problem. And if you liked this video, please subscribe my channel and hit the like button. You can also comment down below to share with me if you've got a better solution to this problem, or you want me to solve a certain problem and share with you. Yeah, that's all. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.